या देवी सर्वभूतेषु बुद्धिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। माता सरस्वती शारदा हे माता सरस्वती शारदा हे माता सरस्वती शारदा माता शारदा हे माता सरस्वती शारदा विद्यादानी दयानी दुःखहरिणी जगत जननी ज्वालामुखी माता सरस्वती शारदा हे माता सरस्वती शारदा माता शारदा शारदा हे माता सरस्वती शारदा शारदा हे माता सरस्वती शारदा विद्यादानी दयानी दुःखहरिणी जगत जननी ज्वालामुखी माता सरस्वती शारदा हे माता सरस्वती शारदा
We'll give you minutes for everyone to join. So we were saying that tonight we want to learn more about. So tonight we will learn more about the right channel, Pingala Nadi, the solar channel. We'll learn how we can clear it. We promise that this week we'll learn some techniques as well. We'll continue with the very simple mantras that we've learned about in the previous weeks. If anyone has joined these meditations for the very first one, you can contact us, let us know. However, what we recommend to everyone is to relax, find your corner in your house where you can have some silence and where you can really start focusing on our collective meditation, guided meditation. Sometimes we go to the basics, sometimes we just move forward. This class will be dedicated to the right channel. As you can see, the right channel starts from the second energy center, Swadhisthana chakra. We'll learn more about it. And you can see this yellow line that intersects with the dark blue line coming from the left side. They intersect each other. And each one will end on the opposite side of the brain. So we will learn more about this. Hopefully Shivangana will help to continue. We'll have just a bit of presentation, and we will continue with the meditation. Shivangana and Bianca together. We'll see if anyone else will join in, but we want to test our vibratory awareness and see how we can absolutely feel this energy, how we can feel connected from within, and we can really feel that within us exist energies that we want to learn about and we want to benefit from. So that's the goal of this class. By the end of it, we have few video clips with more in-depth knowledge, and we have few surprises as usually. Shivangana, are you ready to walk us through some knowledge? Perfect. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. I hope you can hear me. So
Yes,
thank you, everyone. Yes, perfect. I am actually joining from my phone today, so it's a bit different. So thank you. So today, everyone, we will be focusing more on clearing ourselves and also the right side. To talk more about what is the right side, what is the left side, and to give you a quick general overview of Sahaja Yoga and this mechanism that exists within us, we will talk about that first. So you can quickly see that this is what is built in within us. We have a right side, which we'll focus on today, and we have a left side, and we also have the center side. So just to quickly associate some words with it and what they actually stand for, the left side, hope we can recall, is the desires. So our desires and our emotional side come from the left side, and more towards all the things that constitute our past, they connect to our left side. And let me go on the center first, and then we'll go on the right. The center channel deals with our evolution. So this is where we actually want to be for our ascent, for our evolution, and for us to hit those milestones of the energy centers within and to reach to that state of thoughtless awareness when we hit the 7th energy center. But today we'll focus on the right side. The right side is the right sympathetic nervous system, and it has the color yellow, so that is the sun channel. So likewise, the moon channel is the emotional side, the left side, and the right side is the sun channel. And we can feel the state of our right side on our entire right hand. So today, we will also try to feel on a vibrational level the manifestation of our right side on our right hand. And just like every energy center has an aspect that it connects with. For the right side, it is Shri Hanumana. So, and also we in the West maybe are more familiar with Archangel Gabriel. So that is the manifestation. So here you can see Archangel Gabriel, and if you're from more the Eastern culture, you have heard of Shri Hanumana, and they represent our right side, and a lot of their qualities is something that we should aspire for and imbibe when we are meditating on the right side. So we'll also learn more about them and how their qualities actually connect to our right side in general. So we'll have that we'll make those spiritual connections as well. And so the right side also represents all of the gross physical activity that we do. And we will provide more articles later on the chat so that you can actually explore these connections. We have wonderful articles on our blog that draw connections to Archangel Gabriel and Hanumana and how it connects to the right side as well.
And Shivangana, you remember that it's nice because yesterday we had a class and we learned more about the Vishuddhi Chakra, and we can feel these energies, either the left or the right channels, energies we can feel through Vishuddhi Chakra. If the Vishuddhi Chakra is in a clean state, pure state, we are kind of allowed to have access to the vibratory awareness. So that's kind of the connection between Vishuddhi Chakra and the left and the right channels.
Yeah, so that's awesome. Thank you, Auntie. So we actually want us to progress during the week too. So we have these milestones. Yesterday we worked on the Vishuddhi Chakra, and hopefully we kind of understand how vibrations and vibratory awareness can work, that also gets improved when we work on the Vishuddhi Chakra. So today when we work on the right side, we will see how we feel on the right side itself. So let us first, for whoever knows how to do this, we can take the bandhan and raise our energy and also take the bandhan. So what I can do is guide you. I think mostly we are familiar with this motion, but if not, then for the next class, we will definitely show the video. And no worries if you cannot follow along. If you can't follow along and you don't want to, focus your attention too much on the instructions, just keep your hands open on your lap, palm facing upwards. Make sure your fingers are completely open, not like the woman, she does not have the palm fully open, but maybe just like the man on the side, here, yes. So we have the palm completely open. So you can keep your hand like that. For others who have seen the video before or are comfortable following, let us begin by raising. So pay attention to how the order of the channels are, because, we are focusing on a channel today. So first, what we will do is we will look in the center of our left hand, and our right hand will go around the left in a clockwise spiral motion. And we will take this hand, both of our hands, to the top of our head, above our head, and we'll tie a knot here for our left channel, the Ida Nadi, which is the emotional channel. Now we'll do this a second time for the channel of our the theme today, the right channel. We'll continue looking in the center of our left palm. Take our hands above, tie two knots up here to symbolize the protection of our right channel, the Pingala Nadi. And again, we do this a third time. And we now put our attention on our central channel of evolution, taking our hands up and tying three knots to symbolize protection of the third channel, which is the Sushumna Nadi, the central channel of the present. We can bring our hands together in a namaste to indicate the balance within. And now we can keep our hands open on our lap, and we will now protect the 7 energy centers within us. We will take our right hand to our left and we'll make an arch around us and take it back like a rainbow to protect the first energy center, the Muladhara. Then we will protect our second energy center, the Swadhisthana. Actually, this is where the right channel begins from. The third energy center, Nadi. The heart chakra, Anahata. Now we protect our Vishuddhi, the throat. We protect our Agnya chakra. And finally, we protect our 7th energy center, the Sahasrara. And again, we will bring our hands back to our heart in a namaste. And this is how we protect and begin our meditations, protect our energy centers and channels, and start. So we will do a quick meditation because we want to actually focus more on clearing our right channel and feeling that more later on. So we'll do a short pass it on meditation, which you have been involved with before, where a few of us guide you through the meditation. Perhaps we can do 3 or 4 affirmations, including Hum Sham, which is clearing the balloons up top in our brain. So we will explore and utilize some mantras as well. This would be the gesture for that when we ask you to place your hands above on your temples. So we have the balloons of ego and superego that kind of, blow up in our heads. You saw in the subtle system, the balloon of the ego, and in the brain, they actually take up a lot of volume like a balloon does. And what that does and prevents is the energy that exists within us at the base of our spine, Mother Kundalini energy, which is the pure energy that resides within us, which is what we are trying to awaken. When it tries to rise, if these balloons of ego and superego are in our head and too big, then it prevents this energy from fully rising and coming into our 7th energy center and really enlightening our limbic area. So today we will try to reduce the effect of those balloons through the practice of Sahaja Yoga Meditation. And so what we will do is we will keep our hands open on our lap. You can see what the final step will be. It will be to keep our left hand open and our right hand will go on our 7th energy center, our Sahasrara, and it will make our hand, our palm of our hand will make full contact with the soft bone in our childhood. And this is known as the fontanelle bone, known as fontanella in Latin, which means little fountain, because we will feel this energy within us as a little fountain. So we'll extend our fingertips and really put ample pressure with our palm and rotate this area as the final step, but we'll keep our left hand open on our lap and we'll do a quick realization and meditation right now. So I can start. If there's anyone else who wants to participate for the pass it on, let me know. I think Anna Bianca, sorry, I think would be participating.
Hello, yes.
Yes, perfect. So awesome. So I will begin and then we'll have Anna Bianca take over. So what we can do is keep our hands open on our lap and we can close our eyes at this point. We'll keep this short, but even though it is short, we want you to take these next couple of minutes completely for yourself. No distractions. We are preserving these precious moments for ourselves, for us to connect with who we are and with this energy within us. So let us get into a comfortable position. Our hands are open. And for the next few minutes, we patiently will try to discover this connection within us. And we will do it with an open heart. So we'll keep our spine straight in a comfortable position. And we will work on some of the energy centers on our right side. On our left side with our right hand. So you keep your left hand open on your lap. And with our right hand, we will place it on different areas of our body. And at the end, we will also do the exercise with the balloons, the hum chum. So we'll focus on that. It will just be 3-4 affirmations. So what we can do is we can, with our right hand, place it on the lower abdomen on the left side where our hip meets the leg. This is our second chakra on the left side, known as the left Swadhisthana. And on a subtle level, this is the chakra on the left side, the energy center that contains all the pure knowledge within us. And so here we express our pure desire to know this divine knowledge. And so here, we will ask this motherly energy within us. So there is this motherly energy that exists within us, which is the manifestation of the energy of the Mother Earth within us, that is very, very eager to give us knowledge of our pure self. And we refer to this energy as Kundalini, Mother Kundalini, Kundalini meaning spiral, because everything living grows in a spiral. So does this energy within. Or we can simply refer to it as a mother or Mother Earth. So here, with our hand, our right hand on our left hip, lower abdomen of our left side, we can silently, but with full desire, full pure desire in our heart, say, Mother Kundalini, please give me pure knowledge. And this is the knowledge of who we really are. And this energy really listens to us. So when we express this desire, we do it with full heart. Mother Kundalini, please give me pure knowledge. Mother Kundalini, please give me pure knowledge. That is my one true pure desire within, is to know who I am. Mother Kundalini, please give me pure knowledge. Mother Kundalini, please give me pure knowledge. Now we can take our right hand and place it on our heart on the left side. Once this energy awakens within us and once we start growing, we start connecting to who we really are, and what we really are is the pure spirit. It is the reflection of the all-pervading power, and that lives within our heart, and that is the pure spirit. And what we realize is that we are not this body, not the thoughts, not our day-to-day lives or our identities. What we are is the pure spirit. So here, we with full confidence, say, Mother Kundalini, I am the pure spirit. Mother Kundalini, I am the pure spirit. Mother Kundalini, I am the pure eternal spirit. We say this with full confidence, knowing that our identity, our pure identity and our connection resides with something much more eternal. And we are able to connect with that eternity through meditation, through Sahaja Yoga, through our connection with this energy. So here we say, Mother Kundalini, I am the pure eternal spirit. I am the pure awareness. And I am the pure eternal spirit. I pass it on to Anna Bianca.
So we can now move the hand to the left side of the shoulder, where the shoulder and the neck meet. And with your hand placed here, you can also turn your head towards the right side, just to open up the shoulder area. And you can also massage this area a little bit while staying in meditative state, just letting go of the tension that gets built up here. And at the same time, say the affirmation, I am not guilty. Mother Kundalini, I am not guilty because I am spirit. I let go of all my guilt. I let go of all that's weighing me down. Putting pressure on my subtle system. I let go of all my guilt. We now move the hand to the forehead. So right hand on the forehead, and you can just allow your forehead, your head to fall into your palm. So it's resting in your palm very comfortably. And here we can say, I forgive. I forgive everyone and I forgive myself. I let go of all my negative thoughts. just as we let go of our guilt, its negative feelings to ourselves, let go of negative feelings towards others at the Agya Chakra. I forgive everyone and I forgive myself. We can then move the hand to the back of the head. So where your forehead is, at the level of the forehead, but at the back of the head, you place your hand here. And you can also allow the head to fall into the palm here so that your head is tilted upwards towards the sky. You take a deep breath in here. And here we ask for forgiveness to the energy all around us. If we've done anything wrong, knowingly or unknowingly. And asking forgiveness here is just for our own sake, so that we feel better. We don't, the energy around us does not need us to ask forgiveness, but let's just stay inside for our own sake. Please forgive me for anything I've done knowingly or unknowingly against you. We can also direct the statement to our own motherly Kundalini energy. Mother, please forgive me if I've done anything against you knowingly or unknowingly. So now we can bring the hand back down and we can actually just quickly rub our hands together, letting go of the heat that you feel accumulating in your hands now. Just placing your hands back on the lap, just taking a deep breath in. Maybe straightening up the posture again. And now we'll place the hands on the sides of the head, so around the temples, where, if you remember in the image at the beginning of the subtle system, we had the ego and the superego. So hands on the side of the head, and this is where the channels, the left and the right channel, end, and they create these balloons called the ego and the superego. So the ego is that I-ness, that identity that we create about ourselves. And usually it can be quite a false identity. Meanwhile, the superego is the identity and the conditionings from the outside world onto us. And a lot of the thoughts that we have in our head are produced because of the ego and the superego. So the thoughts either come from the past or from conditionings that come from the left side, the superego, or from thinking about the future, about oneself, planning, from the ego. And here we'll actually say a mantra together. If you're comfortable, you can say it with everyone. I'm going to say the words hum and ksham. So hum is for the superego, and hum means I am, but it's referring to the spirit. It's reminding you that you are the spirit and that conditionings have no power over you. And sham means I forgive. And sham is for the ego. And what can really help to squash down the ego is just letting go of everything that you hold on to and just surrendering and saying, I forgive. So we can say those two mantras together. Take a deep breath in. Hum, sham. Hum, sham.
Sham.
Hum,
Sham.
one more time. Hum, sham.
Sham.
Bring your hands back down and just kind of rub them together, just letting go of the heat that you feel in your hands, and bring them back to your lap, just taking a deep breath in. And now we will place our attention in our right hand on the seventh chakra above the head, or on the top of the head, placing the right hand just at the top of the head where just your palm is touching and your fingers are in extension, or are towards going up in the hand. So just your palm is touching the head. And you can do a massage here, just like a rotation, slow rotation of the top of the head, where you're rotating the scalp, not the hair. So you have to put pressure with your palm down on your head to do that. And we'll do that in a clockwise direction. So if we follow together, it will be starting from the front to the right, back, and left. Just following this direction. And this chakra is the chakra of integration, connection, and it integrates the qualities of all the chakras below it. But it also integrates and connects our awareness to our spirit, and also makes that connection between the spirit and the energy, the primordial life force energy all around us. And that is what self-realization is, or yoga. Yoga means connection. So here we can say within ourselves, Mother Kundalini, please give me my self-realization. Please give me my yoga, my connection. And whenever you're ready, you can slowly start to bring the hand above the head, about 5, 6 to 7 inches above the head. And just place your attention here between your hand and the top of your head and see what you feel. And whenever you're ready, you can actually bring the right hand back down and bring the left hand above the head where your right hand was. So directly above the head, trying to see what you feel with your left hand. And eventually we can place our hands back down on the lap. And for the next couple of minutes, we'll have silent meditation where the only goal is to stay in the present moment. So that also means quieting down the thoughts, as thoughts take us out of the present moment. So if a thought comes, don't fight with it, just say to yourself, I forgive, or I let go. Just try to bring your attention back into the present moment. And what helps is to bring your attention above your head, where your hand was.
So let's remain in meditation. We have the attention, what we feel in our palms, within our body. As well, we'll check with ourselves either thoughtless awareness or the state of complete awareness, yet the mind is silent. There are no thoughts, or the thoughts come and disappear rapidly, and allow the space to be filled with silence and inspiration. Listen to a short melody, to music that is played by yogis while they are in meditation. Let's see what we feel in our hands, and afterwards we'll have Shivangana guiding us through balancing the right channel, followed by a very interesting excerpt about the right channel from the founder of Sahaja Yoga Meditation. So stay tuned.
Yeah, Zoom is not cooperating with me today. I cannot share my video either. So yeah, just some issues here on my end, maybe. I'm not sure.
So maybe you just explain how we point with the left hand upwards. What do you think? Or we will just go with the flow and maybe listen to a talk of Shri Mataji about the right channel, and we will show more tomorrow. Tomorrow we have in the morning at 6:30 a.m. a going deeper session, and maybe then we can share more visually how to clear the channels. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that sounds good. So let's just continue to the video maybe for today.
Okay. Perfect. Just to not create any confusion, we'll share a video in which Shri Mataji explains about the right channel. She explains it at a public program. It's an advice on the right side. Subtitles are in French, so that it would be a nice exercise for all of us. So let's keep our hands open and see what we feel, because as always, what we were explaining before is that
one thing is there.
We can feel vibrations while Shri Mataji is speaking. She's also clearing our chakras. Shri Mataji was emitting.
One thing is there, that your spirit is not lost. It is there. Despite whatever the mistakes, whatever may be the seeking, but the spirit resides within you despite everything till you live. And this spirit is to be brought into your conscious mind, means into your central nervous system. You should feel the powers of the spirit in your being. This is what is Sahaja Yoga is. Sahaja, as he must have told you, means born with you. Now yesterday I told you about the left side, which is the power of desire, and through this power we have our all conditionings and all the receptions from the matter, materialistic things, and also what you can say, we collect all our past, and the past then extend up to the collective subconscious. I also told you yesterday that cancer is a disease caused by the left side extreme behavior of people. Those who go to the extreme behavior on the left side get the disease called cancer, and it can be cured if you can bring such an extreme case in the center. It can be cured, no doubt about it. Now the second side is the right side, which today I have told that I will tell you about. The gentleman is not here who asked so many questions. Is he here? He was just busy asking questions, that's all yesterday. He's not interested in speaking, I think. Alright, now the second side, on the right hand side, is the power by which we act. First we desire and then we act. Now this power, right side power, is expressed within us as right sympathetic nervous system. Science has come from the same. Science is in the gross, these are all subtle things that are within us. Now this right side power, which exists within us, gives us the power for our mental and physical capacity to act. Now this action takes place when we desire something, we want to implement that desire, then we go into action. One has to understand what sort of a power is this. This power is called as Prana Shakti in Sanskrit, Prana. And the another one, the left one, as Mana Shakti, is the power of the emotions, or can say of the mind. But you see, English language is not so clear-cut about it. So I would say Manashakti and Pranashakti. These are the two powers that exist within us, and we start using them as left and right. We can say like a brake and an accelerator, and then we become the master of driving. But while becoming that, we make mistakes. The human mind has a speciality to go to extremes. Supposing I tell somebody, now you have to meditate. They'll meditate for 5 hours. There is no need to meditate for 5 hours or anything. But if you tell them that you have to stand on your head, they'll do it for 10 hours. So there is no need to go to extremes. We have to be just in the center, be kind to our body, be kind to ourselves. There's nothing to be frantic about. There's nothing to be so much exasperated about it. It's just very simple thing that has to happen. For example, think of a seed which is sown in a very loud music, or say a place where everybody is rushing, shouting, screaming. What will happen? That seed will never sprout. If it is in a peaceful place, is a properly placed one, or not in a tilted pot, then it will definitely develop into a beautiful tree or a beautiful shrub, whatever it has to develop into. In the same way, if we are too much on the extremes, we go to the left and to the right. Now, going to the left, I told you yesterday what happens, that all these things like hypnosis and ESPs and most of these gurus try these tricks, like they just make you hypnotized, and people become absolutely mad over the guru. Oh, he's our guru, and they behave just like absolutely people without any brains. So I feel nicely. The reason is that you feel there's a sort of a security built in this gentleman, and if I'm following him, see, he's going to heaven and I'm going with him to heaven. It doesn't happen like that. You have to individually go into heaven yourself, and you have to become your own guru, and you have to know everything about it. It's not that anybody can put a trailer behind and put some people into it and say, now come along, I'm going to heaven. Most of these people are really going to hell, and you will follow them very fast. So it is never so, believe me, that anybody who says that following a certain guru will go to heaven is absolutely wrong. You must follow in the principle, and every guru who is a real guru will always tell you that you have to become something. He will never just say, all right, you've given me the money, all right, you are the member, now you are my child, now you are my disciple, and I give you my love. Let's have love. Where is the love? And give more money, give me Rolls Royces, give me this, give me that. And like mad, we are doing it thinking that we can exchange this. Now, as we are seekers, we have every right to find our spirits. And we are not to be deluded by any such tricks and pranks of these people, or I would say very sinister methods that they are employing. Not only to deceive you for money. I don't mind, there are smugglers, let them have money what they want to have. But they spoil your chances of realization, which you do not realize. And once they are spoiled, it's very difficult to do realization. And if you do not really positively work it out, it's going to be impossible situation. I've seen people who have suffered on account of this. Now this action within us acts for our mental and physical capacities on the right hand side. Like we think of the future. Now we're planning, we start. It's planning. Now we must do this tomorrow or day after tomorrow. We have to do it, and we start sitting. Now I'll go there and I'll find this, and then I'll take a ticket, and then I'll go there. I mean, our mind is working for the future. So much so we become absolutely futuristic. To such an extent, sometimes I've met people who are futuristic, they even forget their own names. Can you believe it? I mean, they don't even remember their father's name, that's all right, but even their own names they forget. I mean, they're like mad because they don't remember their own names, and they don't know where are they, what are they doing. I have met people of that kind who are really sick people because they have become so futuristic now that they do not know anything about their past. Now, this futuristic behavior starts in a society where people always think of the future. What will I do? What am I to do tomorrow? What am I to achieve tomorrow? And all these things, when they start doing, their attention goes to the right extreme. Now in this place we are very dangerously placed. Very dangerously placed when we start looking for the future. And the future seeing is a imaginary stuff. It's absolutely imaginary. Because what you think of the future doesn't exist. What exists is the present. You have to be in the present, not in the future. But people will say you have to be in the present. But how? We cannot. Either we are in the past or in the future. Because when the thought wave rises, it comes up and goes down. Another thought wave rises, goes up and comes down. Now, this thought wave which comes up, we go with it, but we don't see it's going down. Another thought wave that rises, we see that, but we don't see where it goes out. And so we are jumping on the cusp of these thoughts and we do not know. Perhaps we are in the past or perhaps in the future. But in the center of these two thoughts, there is the present. And we don't know how to take our attention there, which is a very difficult thing. And just to say that you should be in the center is not possible. All these things, you should do this, you should do that, is not going to work out unless and until there is light. For example, there is no light in this room. And you say, walk straight. You cannot walk because you can't see where is the passage, how to walk. Even if you order, do whatever you please, you cannot just walk straight without touching any of these chairs because there is no light, you can't see. So one has to understand that in the futuristic life when we live, when we plan too much for the future, actually what we are doing, we are living in an imaginary world. We have many stories of people who lived in imaginary worlds and how they found that everything was destroyed. And there are people who work it out through their physical efforts, and when they go into their physical efforts, they create another problem for them because they just become physically oriented. And if you are just physically oriented, the spirit gets angry. So the right side movement is for the people who are very meticulous, you see what you call the people who are very particular about the time, who are very firm about things, who are very dry people, and who are very straight and they won't tolerate any nonsense. That sort of people, you see that you find normally, and that sort of people become a headache and they are very boring. You can't just bear their company, they can be very boring people. And they give you big lectures about how to be straightforward and how to walk straight, absolutely. In the nature, nothing is straight. It all moves so beautifully because the nature is created out of varieties. And variety brings the beauty. They don't think of beauty, they don't think of love or compassion, nothing. For them, it is a very meticulous world, and that's how they live. Such people are developing a big ego within themselves, as you see there in the yellow stuff in the head, called as ego. Let me show. By the action of the left side, emotional side, we develop a superego, but by the action of the right side, we develop an ego. Now this ego is not easy to be seen, because if you have a superego, you have pains in the body, you are a miserable person, you have wrinkles on the face, and you look absolutely worn out. But if you have ego, then you look so dynamic. We can say that Hitler was the extreme of this ego business. And he got into his head that he is some sort of a God incarnation, and that he has to save the people, and he was the one who knows about races and everything, and he is supposed to save some race. This kind of idea comes from these people who are right-sided. They are very aggressive. They may be very good to talk to. They may be very humble to look at. Could be very good businessmen. Could be anything. But they do not know that they have this Mr. Ego coming up on their heads, just like a big balloon, and they are floating in the air. The end of ego is stupidity. You will be surprised. The end of ego is stupidity. Such people indulge into all kinds of stupid things, and they say, what's wrong? For example, I've known old people behaving in so stupid ways, and they say, what's wrong? You know, an old man, say, of 90 years, who can't even walk without a stake. Stakes to these dances you do, and then he falls down, you see, and he thinks, what's wrong? Like a lady I knew, she was about 85. She died from a horse falling down. Naturally, what else do you expect at 85? That's what is evident. For a lady of 85, she should settle down at home, look after her grandchildren. Maybe she might have great-grandchildren, you see. Instead of that, why does she want to be 25-year-old lady to climb on a horse? So all such stupid things they do, and then they will say, what's wrong? There's nothing wrong in stupidity, what's wrong? But such people are a nuisance to the society, to others. The people who are superego are troublesome to themselves. But those are egoistical are troublesome to others. They are all the time correcting others, torturing others, putting their ideas onto other people. And such people can be very, very successful because nothing succeeds like success. They go on hammering things into the heads of people, saying, now, this is true, this is true. And when you go on saying it, you suddenly believe, yes, must be so. And such people are much more dangerous, I would say, from the superego type. But for people who do not know the tricks of the superego, they can be very, very, very dangerous because they are very subtle. You cannot see them. They mesmerize and they can possess you, and they can be very sly, and they can work out all sorts of methods which you are not aware of. So it is not easy to choose which is better, which is not better. Both things are wrong to go to extremes on the right or to the left.
So let's keep our hands open and just try to absorb a bit of knowledge, just a summary about the Pingala Nadi, the right channel. And we can also open towards sharing what we felt during this session. And we can even look at the left channel, our own left channel, compared with the right channel. If we feel differences in what we feel in the center of the palm or in any particular finger or along the left arm, along the right arm. Let's just become aware of our being and what we feel. The attention can be placed on the top of the head. We can take a deep breath in, hold it for a few seconds, then let it out. Let's look at this image representing a divine principle. An archangel. Let's look at it without any reaction, any mental reaction, just see if we can feel its energy, like we want to observe it and to know it through our being. We drop any thought. Both hands wide open represent the openness we have towards the environment around us. Relax the arms, relax the shoulders. No pressure, no fear. We let go of any boundaries that separate us. from what we call the outside. You can take a deep breath in. Now let's focus on what we feel. If we feel anything particular in our thumbs, left and right, those correspond to the Swadhisthana chakra, the second chakra. And as you can see on the diagram here, the right, the solar channel starts from the second chakra, exactly what Shivangana was saying. Again, very relaxed, like an observer. Let's see what we feel. And Shri Mataji was saying in that talk to stay away from extremes. So she was calling the right-sided people. That means those that have too much sun in them. That means that the right channel is overused. So that creates an imbalance. They're too much overusing the right channel. So we call them, this is Sahaja Yoga, right-sided people. And each of us can be, let's say, if I'm working very hard at my workplace and I have to plan a lot and to be very particular about, let's say, some reporting or any kind of flows that I have to create and to present. Let's imagine that the right Swadhisthana would be absolutely very much used, because that energy center has to do with our intelligence, with our creativity, with our planning, which is a good thing. But if I'm overusing it as well, there might be the ambition to do a great presentation, to make sure that everything is perfect. So that perfectionism that is extended to extremes will put a huge pressure on our being and will take us completely out of balance. So that's, let's say, if we overuse the mental activity. But we can do the same, let's say, if we have to work very hard. We know that in sports, some athletes can go to extremes in training their body, and that's how things happen. They can collapse all of a sudden, and everybody will say they are very healthy, but actually at the subtle system, they were not healthy at all. It was a lack of wellness, a lack of balance. A subtle balance will absolutely propel towards something breaking within. So that's what we call the right-sided people. Now, Shri Mataji was saying about the left-sided people. And as you can see, the dark blue channel ends on the right side with this dark blue balloon that Shri Mataji was saying that the superego, the conditionings, the past. And she was saying that we can really go to towards feeling the pain, because it has to do with emotion. So we can absolutely we can hurt ourselves. These are the people that can go in deep depression and commit suicide. So that's an extreme of the left side. While the right-sided people, they would mostly project themselves upon others. So they will not really feel, you know, their ego might react, but it's not so much hurting on themselves as it's them hurting others, because they project outside. So I hope that this helps a little bit to know and to pay attention. Even during the day at work, you can just pay attention what you feel. If you, at any point you can feel a difference between left hand and right hand, or you might feel too much heat, you'll become more aware of what you feel, what your body tells you. This is what Sahaja Yoga does, absolutely brings the attention inside. So I will stop here. It would be really nice to hear from you. How was your meditation? That would be great to know. What you felt, also in your hands, as you remember the recommendation to have a notebook by yourself, by next to you, so you can write some or if it's easier for you to type on your phone, you can just write some impressions for each class, and we would like to know if you've seen a progress in the way that you feel. Also introspection during these classes, we can hopefully also introspect, face ourselves. You can identify yourself, I think I'm a left-sided, or I think I'm right-sided today. So that would be a nice thing we can even share here. Let's see if each of us can identify themselves saying, you know what, during meditation, I realize that I'm more left-sided today, or more right-sided. Or you can say, you know what, I feel I was balanced. I was able to be thoughtless. I could feel the cool breeze, the energy flowing. Or let's share a little bit. We open the floor. You can unmute yourself and share with us. Would be really nice. And even if you just joined recently or first timer, would be nice to hear from you. You can take, let's say, 5-7 minutes just for sharing, and then we can wrap it up.
Hello.
Hello.
It was such a nice meditation. So thank you so much. I did feel the right channels. So before coming, I had done a right foot soak, and I was feeling, oh my gosh, the right channel is so blocked, because this morning the left channel was blocked, and then by the night I could see the right channel was so blocked. And I was feeling the balloons clearly even during the day. I had done hum sham with my kids as well. So it was so perfect that this meditation is exactly what I needed. And I had not listened to Shri Mataji's talk. So this was really interesting. And I think my body was healing so much. I felt so relaxed that I almost dozed. Well, I kind of dozed off a little bit for some part of the talk. But definitely Shivangna and Anna Bianca, the meditation was beautiful. I love your voices. And I was feeling in the beginning so many thoughts and maybe some reactions or judgments or something like that. But then it just kind of, when we played the Agya music too, everything was just dissipating slowly and slowly. So it was really good. Thank you.
Thank you. That's so nice for sharing. Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else? And Sachin, yes, will share the music that was Mahasarasvati, dedicated by Pandit Subramanian. He is a teacher of Indian classical music, and he's also practicing Sahaja Yoga. So we'll share his music absolutely, and some articles from our, I think Shivangana as usually will help us to share some articles that you can explore. Paula.
Hello.
Hello.
So this morning, I would agree with Anjali, was definitely more on the left-sided, and I was able to clear it eventually. And then, but tonight was very right-sided. So I'm so glad that you talked about the right side of our right channel. And I did feel a few things like right Muladhara and right Vishuddhi Chakra. Anyway, but it started to smooth out by the end. And that was a very nice video. I love the talk. It was nice. Probably it's a lot of info that we need to watch again. So thank you.
Yeah, we have a few other to prepare.
Yes.
This was just kind of last minute.
It was really good. I liked it.
But it was good. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And everyone, let's pay attention what we feel in our hands. For me, they get cooler and cooler, which is interesting. Anyone else? Come on, let's hear from anyone else. I don't want to put anyone on the spot. Sahar.
Hi.
Hi.
Tonight I still continue on feeling my right knobby, or particularly my liver area, you know, being a little bit more heavy, less pain. But the left side was, you know, I could feel the left is still heavy as well, but somehow a lot more balanced tonight. I was actually able to sit in a much more calmer state of, what do we call it?
Thoughtless awareness.
Thoughtless awareness. Thank you. Yeah.
Starting the Sahaj language.
Yeah, so I could feel both sides, but definitely much more centered, and the meditation was really, really helpful. The pass it over was very helpful. And the talk, I've never heard any of Shri Mataji's talks this fast and this much information. It was amazing. And I definitely, within the second minute, I started feeling this very strong vibration in my hands. And both hands started getting a lot cooler.
Shri Mataji is such a, that's why we always share talks of Shri Mataji, because she's such a source, like a meeting energy. So it's always great to, and by the way, I think that you will see, we'll be sharing some articles, hopefully on the chat. We have mini videos. So Sachin, as well, for you and for everyone that wants to go deeper, we have one about Swadhisthana, few video clips, really, really good ones. Yes, so you'll really enjoy those, about the futuristic side. And yeah, so those will be shared at some point. Thank you so much, Sahar, for sharing. And tomorrow for everyone, you can use the same link. At 6:30 a.m. we have a Going Deeper, which will be in a different format. As you know, will be more meditation and possibly clearing more, and a bit different, will not it will be different. And also in the evening, tomorrow I think we have at 8:45 we have a Going Deeper as well. So it will be different format, not so much about the class and more meditation, and it'll be different as usually. But it's for those who already can absorb more, because the energy, the vibrations might be stronger. So sometimes it's a bit difficult for those to bear, because it might be a bit too much. Thank you. Anyone else that would like to share? Come on, let's use our Vishuddhi Chakra to open up, to communicate. Of course, as always, you can, another form of homework that we recommend you is to write small comments. So Sachin and everyone, if you, Alina, I know that you are really going deeper, and Jen as well, she is not here tonight, but she's always commenting. So that's a very good way for you to kind of summarize, like a recap, or just to see, oh, that part I was interested in. And you can write a few comments. If you want to be extremely discreet, or you're very shy, you can use another name, doesn't matter. And I know that is your email is asked, but it's never shared with anyone. So that's not posted. It's just the name and the comment. Oh, that's great that you can feel, Oresta, so particularly the specific center. That's good. That's good. Which heart chakra you felt specifically on the heart level, or you felt in the pinkies that are connected to the heart? You can always unmute and share, or you can just write there. We just need to know which heart chakra, left, center, or right.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi there.
So nice to hear your voice.
Yeah, nice to hear your voice too. You have such a beautiful voice. It's so calming.
Oh, good to hear. Oresta, question to you, because we had somebody who would join us for Oval classes with your same name.
Oh, really?
Yes, so that's interesting. Yes, so
Oh,
yeah, so it's where are you? You know, we should introduce ourselves also. From where are we from? You know, location. I'm from Burlington.
yeah,
We
because I'm from Oakville.
Oh, interesting. She was from Oakville and her name was Oresta. Yes.
Oh,
Yes, yes. So please, we are all listening.
yeah, I could feel like as soon as I said, I am the pure spirit, I could feel the heat.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I put my hand on my heart.
And eventually it went into coolness. It took a
Yeah, and
while.
then the heat passed, and then I could feel coolness.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that's you by now I think you know that when we feel heat, that means that there is a blockage and it's released. So it's good because Kundalini is trying to clear it out. She really is doing her job to heal and release. And when you feel coolness, that means that finally she was able to pass through to the next one stronger. So there were some blockages on the left side. And something, a tip for everyone to know, many a times when, and this has to do with the Pingala Nadi, with the right channel, when it's overactive, it really puts a pressure on the spirit, because that means that we neglect our spirit. The spirit is our pure being, and that's on the left channel. So when we are overusing the right channel, always planning, always thinking, our attention is far away from the spirit. The spirit, it's about going inside, while the right channel is all about outside. Out, how can I say, outside growth. And the left heart, the spirit within us is neglected. So it's very interesting how this happens. And many a times when there is a problem with the right channel, okay, that I don't want to go to that extreme, but just to give you an example, people that are extremely on the right side, they might have, let's say, a heart attack, while those that have they're too much on the left side, they can have a seizure. So a different, it has to do more with the brain, because the brain is neglected. It's too much heart, too much emotions, and there is a disintegration happening within us. So I'm talking about the extreme cases. That's why it's so important to pay attention to what we feel and act accordingly. So in your case, Oresta, it was wonderful because Kundalini herself was able to clear it out. What we try to do at the class is we also want to show everyone how you can clear your chakra, so you can help your Kundalini. So we'll do that at the next classes for sure. For sure.
Yeah, because I find that it always, every time I do the meditation, I get a clearing.
Perfect. Your Kundalini is absolutely at par. It's good.
Yeah, and I try to do it every morning.
That's wonderful. Try if you ever can join us. If you ever can join us on a Thursday at 6:30, if you are such an early bird.
I'm not an early bird. That's why I'm laughing.
We had somebody, Rebecca, who found it, I think, I don't know, can I talk about you, Rebecca? But we had friends who, it was such a challenge for them to wake up, and now they love it. So I'm just saying, it's once per week for you. Others are waking up every morning at 6:30. So do it like a, how can I say, like a challenge.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, not whenever you're ready. I'm just saying it's good to see how you challenge your body. And that's another thing that is very good. With Sahaja Yoga, we learn to be more spontaneous. and to challenge ourselves, to face ourselves, to introspect and say, you know what, I'm very dependent on something, or I'm very, very much attached to that particular food or to that particular color. Why I'm not changing a little bit? Let's get out of my habits.
That sounds like me.
I don't know why I was saying that. Normally I don't talk about that too much, but I think we are connected. Wonderful.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Anyone else that would like to share? Okay. So unless you can interrupt me while I'm saying good night to everyone and namaste and thank you so much for joining. For those that are courageous, join us tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. By the way, we meditate for 1 hour and a half, sometimes almost up till 8, because by 8 a.m. some of us have to really start working. So you can join us even later, that's fine. And tomorrow night, 8:45, and we have some more surprises. Thank you so much and have a wonderful evening, night, everyone.
Good night.
Good
Good night. Thank
night.
you.